It's been 42 days since the Modi government in India decided to revoke Article 370 and impose a communication blackout and all sorts of other sanctions on Kashmiris living in Indian occupied Kashmir. The reaction across the world has been of immense concern about what's going on in Indian occupied Kashmir. There have been demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations across the world, in particular here in the United Kingdom. They've been led by people who are of Kashmiri origin, but they've been supported by all peace-loving people. People from all communities, people of all faith and no faith have contributed. As a son of Kashmir, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who has supported these demonstrations. Moving forward, we need to continue to ensure that this issue is at the forefront of people's mind. Yet we've had no real mainstream media coverage of such an important issue. We've had thousands and thousands demonstrating on our streets. We've had some of the most senior politicians in this country come out to express concern and regret at the decision taken by the Modi government. Yet the mainstream media hasn't given this the profile and the importance that it should. Moving forward, there is a general election impending. There's talk from all political parties of a general election. It's just a matter of when it will be called. And there's no doubt that a general election in this country will primarily focus on the issue of Brexit. There's no doubt in that whatsoever. But there's over 100 constituencies within the United Kingdom where the Kashmiri diaspora community and the Pakistani diaspora community have a serious say in who gets elected. They have a substantial vote bank. Within those 100 constituencies, we need to make sure after Brexit, the next biggest issue is the human rights violations that are taking place in Indian occupied Kashmir. We want our candidates and those elected to promise to speak up when they are elected into the House of Commons, and speak up not because the Kashmir cause is a right cause, but speak up because there are immense human rights violations taking place within Indian occupied Kashmir. We don't want them to take sides. We don't want them to be on the side of Pakistan or on the side of India. We want them just to support the whole issue of human rights. There is a humanitarian crisis in Indian occupied Kashmir, and everyone needs to support that, irrespective of what they may or may not feel about some of those countries. Moving on in terms of what we're asking from, and in fact demanding from the international community. I'm a proud son of Kashmir. I have such a strong affiliation to Kashmir, and the last 42 days have been a struggle for every single Kashmiri wherever they are across the world, and those who understand what's going on there. We're demanding some very, very clear things from the international community. We're demanding that the curfew is lifted immediately. This curfew cannot continue the way it is. We're demanding that the communication blackout, which is a violation of Article 19 of the UN Human Rights Act, is also lifted as soon as possible. We're demanding that this talk of 4,000 political prisoners that have just been arrested and thrown into jails in Indian occupied Kashmir in recent weeks. And many of them are young people. Many of them are young people with a bright future. They need to be released, and the international community need to be demanding that they're released as soon as possible. These are very simple asks that we're asking of the international community. We want every life across the world to be valued. And in the same way, we're asking for Kashmiri lives to be valued. We're asking for basic human rights. We're asking for basic civil liberties. We're asking for security. These are everything that I would expect for me and my family living here in Birmingham. And they're the simple things we're demanding that the international community provide the Kashmiris living in Indian occupied Kashmir, because they're not getting that, and they haven't been getting that for a long time. And wherever you are across the world, listening to this message, please support the plight of the people of Kashmir before it's too late.